Elon Musk visited Giga Berlin today and he gave a little speech over there as well to the employees. To the press, Elon shouted, "Germany rocks." Next time though, Elon should probably wear sunglasses. Here's everything we know so far that Elon Musk said on stage. Elon thanked the employees for their commitment and the rapid ramp up of the plant after the attack by the eco-terrorists. He shouted to the employees, "They cannot stop us." Giga Berlin production is resuming today, and Tesla posted "We are back" from its main account. Tesla announced a wage increase for Giga Berlin employees and a bonus system after Elon, plant manager, also spoke to the employees and thanked them for their handling of the situation, and it was made clear that a collective agreement is not necessary for the wages to go up. With a bonus system, I am sure the best employees will be rewarded based on their merit. Elon also promised generous leasing conditions for their company cars to great acclaim, and the train service to the plant is to be improved.
Elon Musk is mad at me. I thought the first person interview, no brainer. Elon Musk, the man who calls himself a free speech absolutist. I asked him to do it. He willingly agreed to the interview. Throughout our conversation, I kept reiterating to him that although it was tense at times, I thought it was good for people to see and hear our exchange and that they would learn from our conversation, learn more about him, learn more about me. But apparently, free speech absolutism doesn't apply when it comes to questions about him from people like me. Make sure you watch it on Monday on YouTube.
Here's Elon's response to Don Lemon. His approach was basically just CNN but on social media, which doesn't work as evidenced by the fact that CNN is dying, and instead of it being the real Don Lemon, it was really just Jeff Zucker talking through Don, so lacked authenticity. All this said, Lemon and Zucker are of course welcome to build their viewership on this platform along with everyone else. I am so looking forward to that interview. It will be entertaining. I'll go through a price target cut from one of the analysts, but first let's go through Dan Ives reiterating his bullishness on Tesla stock. We believe the stock is way overshooting on the negative front as the demand story for Tesla is more in stabilization mode heading to the rest of 2024. Price cuts are moderating battery costs and production. These are showing strong cost efficiencies, and a sub $30,000 vehicle is on the roadmap for the next year. He added, "We believe the risk reward is extremely compelling at these levels, with the AI story and full self-driving making major strides at Tesla, and in our opinion represents a valuation that could exceed $1 trillion as this next chapter of the Tesla growth story plays out in the field." He continues, "Now is not the time to throw in the towel on Tesla. We have a high level of conviction at current levels despite the dark black clouds forming." Wedbush said, "We maintain our outperform rating and $315 for the price target." On Wall Street, based on performance, Dan Ives right now is 515. In the meantime, Gordon Johnson remains firmly at the bottom. And how about the Wells Fargo analyst that downgraded Tesla stock just now? Looking at his TipRanks profile, there's a question to be answered. Is he and Gordon Johnson good friends because their TipRanks ranking is almost the same? Wells Fargo downgraded Tesla stock to underweight, down from equal weight, with a price target of $125, down from $200. Let's see if they actually have any good points here. Wells Fargo expects Tesla unit volumes to disappoint as price cuts, with its view that vehicle price cuts are having a diminishing impact on demand. The firm also wrote Wednesday that it believes that the economics of Tesla's next generation vehicle, widely known as the Model 2, are likely tough as a mass market compact vehicle. That's one of the most generic statements I've ever heard. You could have said that exact same thing about the Model 3 and the Model Y, and yet Tesla succeeded widely with these two vehicles. This comes after Everscore on Monday wrote that Tesla's new cheaper vehicle may not ramp up until 2027 with 500,000 units in 2026. Tesla increasingly is a 2027 story, Evercore analysts wrote. I would say Tesla is more of a 2030 story, 2034 story, because in the future, I strongly believe, based on all of the data available to us Tesla stock investors, that Tesla's future cash flows, most of them are in the future, and we will have massive growth. So naturally, it would be a story that hasn't happened yet. It's in its beginning still. But anyway, it does make sense why some analysts would be upset with the stock having most of its potential in the future and not in the next 12 months. Now, can Tesla stock go down from here? Of course it can. And I do hope it does. For me personally, selfishly, I know many of you don't wish that, but I am buying more. Inventory discounts in China, says James, that's a first. This on top of all other end of the quarter discounts we already knew about: paint, insurance, interest rate discounts. So effectively, this is a price cut, and you would expect the stock to drop when something like this happens. But zooming out for a moment, by 10 years, is the Model Y going to be the most important product that Tesla will offer 10 years from now? I really don't think so. I think Tesla will have next generation vehicles, multiple vehicles. I think Tesla by then will have accomplished a great deal of things with FSD, which will be producing large cash flows. The business in the energy space will have ramped up. And on top of that, there are multiple wild cards in play. The Tesla bot, Dojo, potentially other projects that Elon Musk gets interested in. And in the long term, even a business like supercharging is actually going to have some impact on Tesla stock, which will be material. Currently, there are only about 2.5 million electric vehicles registered in the US, and the state with the highest EV adoption rate, only 2.5% of the vehicles in the state are electric. This is despite 25% of new vehicle sales being electric. This is because you can have 100% of the vehicle sales be electric, and it would still take you 10 to 20 years to replace every single car on the road. So the supercharging opportunity will take a long time to reflect in the Tesla stock price, but eventually there will be some earnings from that business, and that's just a side business for Tesla. So even if the stock keeps dropping significantly, I feel very comfortable holding Tesla stock because I look at Tesla's future cash flows, and it's just inevitable from what I see that Tesla will be generating lots of money in the future eventually.